Dame's antics were just, it became like people also over time, you mature. Right. It's like you didn't have friends at 16, but by the time you turned 19, they were still doing the same shit that you were 16, and you're like, I can't. Like, yeah, we gotta. You know, you start spending less and less time with them because of it. It's like one of those things where Dame wouldn't change.
YouTube, what's going on, man? Let's get that reacts. We coming back where you at, yo. It's Hefe coming to you with my brothers, Rome, Q, and Juju, man. Today, we got a hot video for you, man. Stoute, he was on that club Shay. Kind of broke down the reason why Jay-Z and Dame Dash split up, man. We're gonna take a look at it. We're gonna dive into it. Make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe to the content as well, too. Get it poppin'.
Dame and Dash interview, as fucked up as that was, he's a gigantic, almost not. He blew it. He had Jay-Z, he had the most important artist of his generation.
So what happened with that relationship? How did that relationship that was so good sour so fast?
Dame's antics were just, it became like people also over time, you mature. Right. It's like you didn't have friends at 16, but by the time you turned 19, they were still doing the same shit that you were 16, and you're like, I can't. Like, yeah, we gotta, you know, you start spending less and less time with them because of it. It's like one of those things where Dame wouldn't change. The way he spoke to people, the way he treated people. He was angry.
About what? Bro, you getting paper.
He was angry because he had a strong perspective about his business philosophy, and if any time a partner of theirs tried to like go around him or meanwhile people weren't going around him, the people around him wanted to meet with other people. Right. People were becoming less beholden to him, but he was unaware of it. Then he would, like, you know, while he was building businesses, which partly he would go off all around the world with cameras and girls and all kinds of crazy shit, and then come back flipping out on everybody as if, you know,
they were wrong.
Yeah. Or like, why'd you guys do all this shit without me? Like, bro, you didn't build a business that was so operationally tight that you could just go away and come back and shit be the same and all that shit. It wasn't even like that. Jay grew up, you know, Jay wanted more. I think Jay seen Dame's ceiling. I mean, I think that's really what it was. I mean, Jay seen Dame's ceiling.
You can't fault a man for wanting to get better.
Nah, he wanted more, and everybody wanted more. Dame just had a very particular way of approaching it. He's far from stupid.
Right.
Very smart.
Right.
Very talented. Ego through the roof. So there was no working with him. Right. No one wanted to work with him. There was no work. Yeah, as much talent as he has, nobody wanted to work with him.
People got to want to work with him.
Jimmy Iovine had this line, when the shit gets bigger than the cat, you got to get rid of the cat.
Right.
I started off, man.
Interesting interview stuff.
That jacket, that coat tough though. I ain't gonna lie. That LV, that bitch is
definitely what I really grabbed from this whole conversation, and just kind of like the reasoning behind like why they split up, is that it's that same old, you know, there's at a certain point in your life, there might be some people that you just gotta let go, man. You know, like you said, that Jay saw Dame's ceiling, really, you know, and it's just like, if you could see the ceiling for someone like in your life, that's not really probably who you want to, you know, be associating yourself with, or at least be so close to, you know what I mean? Because if you have aspirations to do way more, you know, you don't even see a ceiling for yourself. So for someone to be like your right-hand man and you can see that they are pretty much capping out their potential, you know what I'm saying? Or they're not really expanding on what more we can do, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta let people go, man. And it's unfortunate because, like you said, Dame Dash, like Dame and Jay, like that whole just culture that they brought, you know what I'm saying, to the rap game, with the Rockaware, you know what I'm saying, just Rockefeller, like just everyone like that they had around them. It really was important to like the whole game. So you think about what they could have been if they really was just, you know, keeping it going, really keeping it pushing. you know, you kind of think back like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You really did kind of fuck something up. But, you know, obviously Jay went on to be who Jay is. Dame is who he is right now. So, you know, you live and you learn. And that's really kind of what I got from it myself.
You know, people are real complex, man. People, there's a lot of things that go into the making of a lot of people with how great they are, as well as a lot of their downfalls. And I'm sure we all have somebody or met people in our lives that are just a little, for whatever reason, just extra unhinged. There's just, for some reason, there's just somebody in your life that you have met or is currently there that is just like, they'll take it there. You know they'll take it there. And it really doesn't take very much for whatever reason. And so, you know, you just got to kind of recognize sometimes when the greatness is either capped, or even if it's not necessarily capped, but just say the formula is not the formula. You know, comparing it to basketball, there's a lot of teams that have two great stars that you think would win, but give it enough time and it's like, all right, well, it looks like this is only going to go as far as the second round. Got to go ahead, break this up and make a new team.
I think just basically what you were saying, Hefe. I felt like even though, you know, it got to that point and they you know, split themselves up, you know, we wouldn't, like you said, we wouldn't have seen the greatness of what Jay-Z was if, you know, saying he was still up under that wing and things like that, or doing like a whole duo.
Facts,
you know, we don't know the potential that could have. We don't know what could have been. You know what I'm saying? We see now, of course, you know, and I think it's easy for I think even sometimes music fans, you know, even if you see like a rap group, you know, break up, or two artists, you know, that just stop fucking with each other, you know, I take it back. Even for example, like you know, Thug and Rich Homie Quan, for example, you know, just even things like that. You look at like little disputes, and just as the listeners, we look at it as like, you know, why are these, like, y'all had something going good, this is good for music, you know what I'm saying, and what we was hearing and things like that. But then, you know, people just grow in two different directions.
Yeah, I mean, we know the story. I don't really know, man. It's Dame's Jay. I mean, things worked out the way they worked out. He would have been successful with Jay. He's probably more successful without. He would have been successful with Dame. He's probably more successful without him.
You know, sometimes it takes that divide to see your growth as a person, and this is just even as people. Sometimes, like he said, just, you know, just talking about friends and things like that. You know, I'm pretty sure we all have had experiences like that.
And we all have experiences, and we all have friends. But I was just thinking about the ceiling content. I was thinking it really does take a hard combo because your first instinct as a friend, I know at least mine, I think most people's first instinct as a friend of somebody, especially when you feel like they have a ceiling, or you feel like is to try to is to point out the things they could do to break past that, or like try to uplift them, or to try to, you know, people's first instincts to bring their friends with them, or to, you know, try to give them advice to elevate them past that point.
But you can't.
Absolutely,
that's not your. Absolutely, that's not even
but we don't know if that
friend.
Actually happened. That might have happened. That might have got to the point where he was
but,
like,
and just like he said, Dame is hard to work with. So, you know, Dame probably not the type of person who would be responsive to a thing like that. But
that's what I was saying.
It just goes to
make
show
sure you have friends who are, you know, at least perceptive to conversations like that.
Yeah, and it just goes to show like the hard dynamics, the hard convos. It goes to show just the types of things that go into these stories, and into going into business with people, and into you know, these journeys that people are on. Go, you know, there's a lot of detail to these stories about people. Interesting stuff.
It is, man. Like Juan said, man, we all have, you know, those people in our lives that sometimes you just gotta shake them loose, man. Just gotta shake them loose, because you gotta be able to do you, so that way you can get to where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? And after trials and tribulations, so many times, effort after effort after effort, sometimes you just gotta realize, man, I don't need nobody holding me back. And I hope that's what y'all get from this conversation, man. Definitely let us know what you're thinking about it, man. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to the content as well, too, man. We really appreciate all the love and support. We're on this road to 1,000 thing, man. So if y'all can help us get there, I mean, hey, fuck with the niggas. We gonna catch y'all on that next one, man. Peace.